Hi friends, our last step, learning how to upload our photos. So let's say you've taken some photos that you want to save on your computer and we need to figure out how to get them from the camera onto our computer. With the camera off, you're going to grab a USB cord, and I have them over in a tub by the camera cabinets. Make sure that the ends are the correct fitments that you need. So you should have a USB side and then a mini USB side. So it looks like that. This is going to be the side that goes into the camera. The USB is the side that goes into the computer. When you do this, please be so careful. Some of the cameras have been a little too roughly handled, and some of the USB ports are starting to get a little bit wobbly. And if that happens, you have to use a card reader instead, and it's kind of a pain. So please handle the cords and the cameras and plugging them in with care. You want to look on the side of your camera. There's going to be a little rubber flap. When you pop that open, there's a couple, of course, they're not going to show up. Couple little openings there. So that middle one is where you're going to plug in the mini USB side of the cable. Make sure you're paying extra close attention to which side of the cable plugs into which side of the opening. It's smaller on one end of it. So cable plugged into the camera. Very, very carefully take your neck strap off. Put the camera far in on your desk. I know you can't see, but maybe I can I don't want to show you because my desk is messy, but put the camera far in to the center of your desk, not near any edges or corners, because it's real easy to snag this neck strap and pull the whole camera onto the floor. I've seen it happen before. You don't want to buy a new camera, basically. So put the camera far in on the desk, take the other end of your cable, and plug it into the side of your computer screen. There should be some USB ports on the side. So go ahead and plug that in. And I'm going to stop the recording here and flip so that you can see my screen as well while I do this. So let me pause. All right, so here we are again. USB cable plugging into the side of my computer screen. It's a rule that you only can get it on the third try. You have to twist it around twice first. So your camera is off. You've plugged in the USB cable to the computer, the small end to the camera. Now you're going to turn your camera on. So there's our little flip. I'm going to turn that on. Sometimes something will pop up on your screen, which is really nice. You can either click on that little pop-up. I'll show you how to do that, but I'll also show you what to do in case that pop-up doesn't appear. So if you get a pop-up, you can click on it and say, open device to view files. If you're comfortable with Adobe Bridge, you can also use that. It's an Adobe program that allows you to look through your images and categorize them and upload them from there. So either of these is an option. I'll show you the old school way first, and then we'll see if we can get that pop-up to come back. So if I choose the open device files, it's going to give me this file explorer window. And just like here on the left where we're used to finding things like our H drive and the desktop, you should now see a new drive or device. Whoa, I didn't want to do that. Called Canon EOS Rebel T5. So that's our camera. When you click on that, you should see an SD card inside of the camera. If you double click on that, you'll see two folders. DCIM is always going to be the folder with your photos on it. So double click on DCIM. Inside of that is a folder called 100 Canon. And there you should see the photos that you've taken during your session today. If you want, you can preview them. So double click and you'll get a little bit better picture of what they are to make sure that you're downloading the right ones. But I generally just put them all on my computer and then I sort through them later. The best place to put them, as you know, is first and foremost your H drive. Again, I don't have an H drive, so I have to use my desktop or my G drive. For you, your H drive is best. If you run out of space on your H drive, you can use your desktop, but it gets a little disorganized on your desktop. So I'll show you what to do to keep the photos from just exploding all over your desktop. looking at your desktop, you can right click, go to new folder, and then if there's an assignment name for what you're shooting, you can call it that. If you just want to call it like photos from the date, you can do that. Whatever makes sense to you, but you're going to want a folder to put them into so that you don't just drag all the photos on your desktop. And if you have 90 photos, there goes your desktop. I don't know why my window disappeared, but I get to show you the old school way in case you didn't get a pop-up. So no pop-up, no problem. We're going to double click on this PC on the left. And when that pops up, you're going to be able to find your camera in that list again. If for some reason you can't find your camera, it might have been that your camera went to sleep because it has been plugged in and I haven't been doing anything with it for a minute. So you can always turn off your camera, turn it back on, and that should get it to show up. Another reason that that might be happening is if the cord is kind of loose. Oh, shoot. Yeah, see, I think the cable, oh, darn it. I can see there's a little bit of wobble in this camera where the cord plugs in, so that could be causing it to kind of disconnect from the computer, which is why handling these cords is so important. If that's the case, where your camera's USB port is a little loose, you can try it again very carefully, but I'll also probably have to show you how to use a card reader too. Really quick, what I was going to show you to do, as long as your camera's showing up, go into those folders, select all your images, click, hold, and drag into that new folder you made. Drop them on the desktop, and that will copy them from your camera to your computer. So now that folder on my desktop, when I open it, I can see those 3 photos. Okay, let's talk about what to do if you have a loose USB port on your camera. I'm going to turn my camera off and unplug it because the cord isn't going to help me.